theory of failure. Then simple bending theory of flexure and shear stresses, shear centers. Then uniform torsion, buckling of column, combined and direct bending stresses. This is a particular syllabus for solid mechanics. Now today we are going to deal with this particular part aspects, which is favorite part for everyone, those who are love to the structure, because this is what the first topic where we come across the part of calculation and understanding why we are learning the structures, the bending moment and shear force as a part of syllabus of solid mechanics, bending moment and shear force in statically determined beam. Now if we consider the internal forces when suppose simply supported beam which is subjected to some external load, load is applied on the beam, say point load as shown in the figure. Now to develop to maintain the equilibrium, the internal forces are getting developed in the beam. Now these internal forces are different kinds. Actually, the shear forces in vertical direction and the normal forces in the direction of axis. Two forces will get developed. One is shear force in vertical direction and the normal that is what I said. The actual consider hogging part because we determinate in case of the top of the beam is getting shortened, so the normal forces in the top of beam will be in compression and the compressive forces which is get developed, and the bottom of the beam gets elongated. Similarly, the normal forces in the bottom of the beam will be a tensile one. So the these normal tensile and compressive forces, they are equal in magnitude and of course opposite. So such force don't produce net normal force naturally, there is a movement, so they do produce the movement as these normal forces are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. So of course the net forces which will act in the normal direction will be zero, but these two forces as a part of resultant they will produce the movement. And now this part which we are saying that now the normal force and force along the section, I am just repeating this particular part, shear force in a vertical direction and the normal force in the direction of axis. Now this means the internal forces acting on the beams cross section can conveniently represented by two resultant, as we can say. One is a vertical component of internal forces is represented by shear force, of course, and the normal component of internal forces is represented by bending moment. So the shear force, as we say, there we can find out the resultant, but normal forces again they are because of sagging movement, the upper portion get shortened and lower portion get elongated. So two equal and opposite forces get developed, and because of that, they are not able to produce the resultant force as such, but they are in total resultant will be produced in the form of movement. So vertical component of internal forces is represented by shear force and normal component of internal forces is represented by bending moment. Or in other words, we can say, if we want a definition in a few words, that is what net unbalanced force at that section, or if you select any section particularly along the length of beam and at that particular particular point, if you want to find out what is the net force acting on the beam. Now that net force acting on a beam is nothing but the shear force. And if you try to find out the net unbalanced movement at that particular section, that is nothing but the bending moment. If you clear with this definition, of course, these are the various loads when we are uh, mm, just working on the determinate part of the beam, the point load, then uniformly distributed load, the concentrated moments. These are the some kind of load which we will come across when we are solving the problems. Now, supports, of course, pin support, then roller support and fixed supports. Now, if you say the pin support, there will be a two reaction. One reaction is horizontal and another is vertical. In case of roller support, there is a only vertical reaction which is perpendicular to the line joining center of rollers. That is what we always say, that if there is some inclined load, then there will be definitely the inclined reactions will be there, and then that reaction will have two components, one is horizontal and one vertical. In case of fixed support, the addition to horizontal and vertical reaction, there is a reactive movement is also acting. Now, coming across this particular part,